All right, let's talk about Atlético Madrid versus Real Madrid. This ended up being 2-2 in the aggregate score, which led to penalties. And this is where I think Real Madrid overall needs to work on creating chances because they feel they're stuck in the midfield. I feel like they lack the creativity. They're too hesitant on making runs, on like, skill moving, or playing a little bit more like the PSG wingers, and I know they're capable of doing that. I think Ancelotti did the right thing in taking out Vinny Jr. right before the PKs, because I think that would have, messed with his psyche and messed with his mentality. Vinny Jr. did end up missing a PK on the 70th minute that would have put him at a 3-2 aggregate, but I mean, he skied it, obviously. Atletico Madrid tried to do this counterattack, hold the line and then try to counterattack, but the defense, the recovery from Real Madrid was just insane. Real Madrid lacks somebody inside the box. Mbappe still trying to adjust to that 9 position, that number 9. And there was just a couple chances, there was a couple balls that were just lobbed to the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper just came out, Oblak just came out, grabbed it like it was nothing. We look at the stats here, we look at the positioning. For the whole entire match, Real Madrid had 56% ball possession, whereas Atletico Madrid only had 44%, which is kind of typical since they do normally stay back and defend what they have. After that goal, they pretty much defended the whole entire game. They would do maybe 1 or 2 counterattacks here and there. For the amount of saves that Real Madrid had, like I said, nobody is shooting on target. That's the thing. Nobody is shooting on target. Here's the thing. The fact that you have so much ball possession, you recover, you create all these chances, but you lack in shooting in the box, or you lack at shooting towards the goalkeeper, it speaks a lot, because they had Real Madrid, Courtois had 7 saves, whereas Oblak only had 3 saves, which means you have the ball, which means you have the possession of the ball for majority of the time, but you're not shooting. You're trying to find an open space to move into, and if you do find one, there's already a defender right there. So many times where Lucas Vazquez would be going down the line, hit it to Samuelino, and then they would get a corner kick. They were banging on corner kicks, and even then when they did get corner kicks, they weren't connecting with the corner kicks at all. So 3 saves to 7, which means Atletico Madrid, when they had the ball, they were a lot more lethal than Real Madrid. This right here shows that Real Madrid attackers they're just way too hesitant to shoot, or they're just like not finding those spaces. Like they're not taking advantage of these spaces. That, for me, that's what this means. 7 saves to 3. It just means Real Madrid are not shooting. They're not shooting at the net. They're not shooting at the goalie. They're just creating, trying to find open spots, and then when they can't, they drop the ball back. That's all that means. All right, this is gonna be a hot take, really, really hot take here. I didn't see any players from Atlético Madrid. I didn't see Simeone. I didn't see Julian Alvarez complain about the double contact, right? If it were double contact, you would have a different reaction from the player as opposed to what the crowd is seeing. People might say this is corrupt, but there was no reaction. Even the Real Madrid players saw that on the pitch. They were complaining about a 2-touch while they were there. Now, if you're looking at it at a low res, this is literally what it is when they're streaming. It's pretty low res because they can't stream in 4K. So you're not seeing this in 4K. You're not seeing this in 1440. You're probably seeing this in like 1080 or less. So you can't really tell if there was a 2-touch or not unless you're really there. If you have one of these people that are going to post a video later on, you're definitely going to see like, this is not a high res video right here. We're going to play this through. People are going to say, where's the contact here? I'm like replaying it. It skims right over his foot. You can see it. It skims right over his foot. Like his right foot hits it and then grazes over his left foot, since that's the closest one, because you saw him slip. And I'm not here advocating for Real Madrid and saying that, they won fair and square, because they missed a whole bunch of PKs. But if they would have given this, it would have been still 1-1 in my opinion. Lucas Vazquez, awful PK taker. Everybody was shooting at the same side on the right hand side if you're looking at the goal. And Lucas Vazquez thought he was cheeky, and he thought he would score on the same exact side. And you have 3 players who shot at the same exact side. He's like, what are the odds that the other player's gonna shoot at the exact same side? So he's like, that's where Oblak was like, all right, I'm gonna move left. So This is a horrible angle. This is like what they showed you at this right here. They have this watermark here because this is literally coming from Paramount Plus. You see the contact right there. There's no contact right there. He starts slipping in. You see the slip. You see this. Look at his left foot. He starts slipping into the ball. That's where the double contact is. Look at that. Right there's where the double contact is. Right there. Right there. People who know ball and play football, they know the slightest bit of contact can deviate the ball from where it wants to go. He was planning to go top left. You know where he was going, top left, right there, top left, but because of that contact, it redirected to the center. It redirected to the center. Now, I want to see the player's reaction after this, right? You're showing this, but I want to see the player's reaction. And then, honestly, I'm kind of glad. I'm glad they took out Vinny Jr. right here. I don't know why this dude is complaining. Bro, I don't know why he's complaining about getting subbed out, bro. You missed a PK. Ancelotti's not going to risk you. Ancelotti's not going to risk you missing another PK. He's like, nah, we're going to sub you out, buddy. We're going to sub you out. I don't know why he's upset. I would have subbed him out too. It's like, yeah, nah, you sky that shit. I'm not going to put the whole entire... I'm not going to put the whole entire team at risk of losing because you missed the PK and you're gonna be in. Nah. Ancelotti did the right thing. I honestly would have subbed him out too. Not gonna lie, I would have subbed him out. And then you got the massive ego. No. Why'd you sub me out? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Clear as day. Clear as day. I want to see the player's reaction to this, though. I want to see the reaction. Look, I think this might be the reaction. Because nobody's arguing. Look at this. After they disallowed it, nobody's arguing. I don't know, man. There's no reaction. Where's the reaction? No one's contesting this. Atlético Madrid's not contesting it. Simeone is not contesting it. Maybe in the press conference he's going to say something, but for now, they're not saying anything about this. They didn't complain. The crowd wasn't in an uproar. Because the crowd wasn't at an uproar when this happened, when they disallowed it. They did not say anything. The crowd wasn't like booing or anything like that. The crowd was there. If you're looking at an angle that they're broadcasting, that they're televising, you need like first-hand sources. People were at the pitch in the field. None of these are gonna do justice. Look at Vinny. I don't know what the fuck he's doing 15 Champions Leagues. Bro, Vinny got subbed out because he missed a PK. You did nothing that game. Oh man, dude. I'm a Real Madrid supporter fan, but I just hate Vinny. He thinks he's good. He's not good. He's like he's inconsistent. Until we actually get good footage, you know, firsthand, not some like low res quality, then we can say there was corruption. I don't think there was. I don't think there was. There was like people can argue that there is, that there isn't, but I mean, you still should have found a way to win. That's the thing. You still should have found a way to win. They were tied. They still should have found a way to win. That's what I'm saying. They were tied in PKs. They still lost. Lucas Vazquez missed. Julian Alvarez did a double touch. Llorente, the weak kid in EAFC, pretty much sold it. Cracked, fold under pressure, and that was pretty much it. Game over. GG's. Until I see them arguing, until I see them disputing about it, and you know, I didn't see the crowd booing because of the turnover. I didn't hear the crowd, and I was watching this live. I didn't hear the crowd booing. So that's just my take on it. Let me know what y'all think.